From 1880 to 1920, Pelsart Island was mined for guano, a fertiliser found on islands with large populations of seabirds. But all that remains now are ruins. But history shows that these islands were visited long before by Dutch sailors as early as 1619. Abrolhos means open the eyes or keep the eyes open, which is a good idea in these waters, as shipwrecks are another thing that this place is famous for. This is actually two wrecks, one on top of the other. The Ben Ledi and the Martin both ran aground here on Pelsart Island about a year apart. But probably the most famous of all wrecks would be the Batavia.
This is the site of the historic shipwreck, the Batavia. Now, there's a lot of shipwrecks along this coast, but this one here is particularly interesting. Everyone survived the crash itself, but it's the story that followed that is one of the most gruesome in Australia's history.
The Batavia hit Morning Reef on June 4, 1629. Most of the 316 crew and passengers survived and made their way to Beacon Island, where surviving a shipwreck would seem easy compared to what lay ahead. More on this incredible story a little later. Time to get back to the fishing.
Well, it's been a 16-kilometre round trip to go atop and around the north end of Pelsart Island. We're only a couple hundred metres from where we're fishing yesterday over in the open ocean. Now we're in a big lagoon type system here, and I'm going to have a bit of a bait fish. I've been throwing in a couple of cubes in the back of the boat here, so I'm going to fish through here and then go up onto the reef with Peter and see what sort of species we can catch inside the lagoon here. But I'm going to give this a bit of a go. Peter's given me some freeze-dried bait. It's basically squid that's had all the moisture removed in a packet. Looks pretty interesting. I've never tried it before. There you go. It's like dried fruit. Look, it crumbles up. I'll get rid of that piece, but here's some that I put in the water. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes once you've poured the water in to hydrate. So there's some I prepared earlier. We'll pop that on a hook and go and give it a go and see what we can catch in the lagoon here.
Our plan was to fish the lagoon right up to the top of the island and hopefully hook, amongst other things, a West Australian ball-chin groper. This guy might make it tough though.
That's a little whaler, isn't it?
Yeah, a little whaler.
It seemed like the whaler liked Pete's bait as well.
It's got to be the shark, doesn't
Could be anything.
Hey, there's no tail beat in it, mate. Feeling very sharky, but you all right, mate?
You all right?
Yep. Do the Hobie shuffle there. We're pretty sure this is either some sort of ray or more than likely the shark we saw, or a shark I saw a bit earlier. Oh, there you go. Well, I think that's a good thing. I'm pretty sure that was a shark I saw cruising around, and good news is he'll now be swimming around with a little bit of body piercing, and hopefully he'll stay away from the boat for long enough to see us, for us to see what else is around as we fish our way down that way. Oh, no! That's a better one.
Yeah, that's a nice fish.
All right, I'll just swing around to the right, the left here. Here we go. Mate, swing him to me if you would. There we go. A beautiful ball-chin groper, and you can see straight away where they get their name from. They look like they've had a shave there underneath that white patch under his mouth there. A beautiful fish, a hard-fighting fish, and a tasty fish, I believe.
Best eating out here.
While we were hooking a few, it was a little quiet. There's a good chance this guy had something to do with that.
There he is.
Holy dooly.
Look at the size of this thing.
If you can't hear the slight panic in my voice, let me assure you there was. This seal was huge. We weren't sure if he fancied the Hobie or was after a feed. Either way, there was little we could do about it.
He likes the flippers on the boat.
He does. I just hope for your and I's sake that he doesn't want to mate with this thing.
Luckily, we never found out what his intentions were because Lady Sea Lion showed up just in time.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at that.
How cool's that?
Love in paradise. Peter, I'm pretty happy that our big friend's found her, mate, and it's not ours. See you guys. We might be able to land a fish now with them preoccupied.
That's it.
Because he was hanging around looking for a free feed, but hey, good on you, mate. You found a buddy. We'll leave him to it. Everyone needs privacy.